So for today's video, I'm going to tell to you guys what is endocrine system. Endocrine system is the collection of glands that produce hormones that regulates metabolism, growth, and development, tissue functions, sexual functions, reproduction, sleep and mood, among other things.
Hi, this is the importance of endocrine system. The endocrine system is one of the most important parts of the body because overall it regulates mood, controls growth, development, metabolism, and tissue function, and also all of your sexual and reproductive system.
Endocrine system is important because these glands produce different types of hormones that evoke a specific response in other cells, tissues, and organs located throughout the body. The hormones reach these faraway targets using the bloodstream. Like the nervous system, the endocrine system is one of your body's main communicators.
So, pag-usapan natin ngayon is anatomy of endocrine system. According to medical author Stephen Kemp and medical editor Melissa Conrad Stapler. Sabi dito, ang endocrine system is made of glands that produces and secrete hormones and chemical substances produces in the body that regulate the activity of cells or organs. These hormones regulate the body's growth, metabolism, the physical and chemical process of the body, the sexual development, and function. The hormones are released in the bloodstream and they affect one or several organs throughout the body. Ayan, ito yung endocrine system. So, sa endocrine system, may 9 major parts. Ito, number 1 is hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal gland or pineal body, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, adrenal or suprarenal, pancreas, ovaries, and testicles. So, doon naman tayo sa number 1. Ano nga ba yung hypothalamus? Saan nga ba siya nakalocate? And malalaman natin kung ano nga ba yung ginagawa niya. Ano yung function niya? So, sabi dito, ang hypothalamus is located at yung hypothalamus kapag zoom out mo, dito mo siya makikita. And hypothalamus is in the lower central part of the brain, and this part of the brain is important in regulation of metabolism and blood temperature. In addition, it secretes hormones that stimulate and suppresses the release of hormones in the pituitary gland. Ito yung pituitary naman. Nandito siya nakalocate. Yan yung pituitary gland. The hypothalamus is also secrete hormone called somatostatin, which causes the pituitary gland to stop the release of growth hormone. Yan. Ito yung hypothalamus and the pituitary. So, sinasabi dito, sa second part naman tayo, sa major part ng endocrine system is pituitary gland. Sinasabi na ang pituitary gland is located at the base of the brain beneath the hypothalamus. Diba? Nandito yung hypothalamus. Nandito na yung pituitary gland. Nandun na siya sa medyo base. And is no longer than pea. It is often considered the most important part of endocrine system because it produces hormones that control many functions of other endocrine glands. When the pituitary gland does not produce one or more of its hormones, or it's not enough of them, it's so-called hypopituitarism. So, doon naman tayo sa next. So, sa next part is ito, yung thyroid gland. Yan. Ano nga ba yung function ng thyroid gland? Ano ba yung, saan ba siya nakalocate? Malalaman natin. So, sabi dito, yung thyroid gland daw is located in the lower front part of the neck. It produces thyroid hormones that regulates the body metabolism. It also plays a role in bone growth and development of the blood and nervous system in children. The pituitary gland controls the release of thyroid hormones. Thyroid hormones naman nag-help to maintain the blood pressure and heart rate, digestion, muscle tone, and produces function. So, ang dami palang ginagawa ng thyroid gland na malalaman pa natin. So, dun naman tayo sa susunod pang mga major parts. Tada! Yan. Dito naman tayo sa next na parathyroid gland. Parathyroid glands are two pairs of small glands embedded in the surface of the thyroid gland. Ayan. Ito yung mga parathyroid. One pair on each side, they release parathyroid hormones, which plays a role in regulating calcium level in the blood and bone metabolism. Yan. Tada! Yan, adrenal glands. Yung adrenal glands are triangular shape na nakalocate siya sa top ng kidneys or yung kidneys. Ito yung adrenal glands. And adrenal glands are made up of two parts. The outer part is called adrenal cortex, and the inner part is called adrenal medulla. The outer part produces hormones called corticosteroids, which regulates the body metabolism and the balance of salt and water in the body, and immune system and sexual function. So, yung inner part naman, yung adrenal medulla, produces catecholamines. Catecholamines, for example, adrenaline. These hormones help the body cope with physical and emotional stress by increasing the heart rate of the blood pressure. Yes, ang daming ginagawa ng endocrine system. Ang dami natin pag-uusapan pa. So, next naman tayo sa yung pineal gland or pineal body is located in the middle of the brain and secretes hormone called melatonin. Tapos, nag-regulates to ng wake and sleep cycle ng body natin. Ito, nandito siya sa part na to, sa kulay violet. Tapos, nandito naman siya sa middle ng brain natin. Sa actual naman, nandito siya. So, next naman natin is the dito na tayo sa next part is reproductive gland. So, ito yung reproductive gland ng female and ng male. So, reproductive glands are the main source of sex hormones. In male, sa testes located in the scrotum. Yung testes nakalocate sa scrotum. Ito yung scrotum nila, nakalocate din yung testes na nagsisecrete ng hormones called androgens. So, pero yung the most important part nun is the testosterone. These hormones affect male characteristics. For example, naman yung sexual development, yung growth of facial hair, yung bigote, pubic hair, as well as sperm production. So, sa female naman, yung female, the ovaries is located on the both side of uterus. So, ito yung uterus, ito yung ovaries. Produces estrogen and progesterone as well as eggs. These hormones control the development of female characteristics. For example, naman yung breast growth, and they are also involved in reproductive function. For example, is the menstruation and the pregnancy. So, doon na tayo sa last part. Yung pancreas. Ito yung mga organs na nakapaligid sa kanya. Yung esophagus, yung liver, yung stomach, yung common duct, yung gallbladder, yung pancreatic duct, and glands regulates the level of glucose or sugar in the blood. Thank you.
Hi guys, this is Canonizado of grade 12 STEM 2, the Endocrine System group. I am here to discuss the physiology of the endocrine system. So let me begin with the chemistry of hormones. Do you know guys, the key to the incredible power of the endocrine glands is the hormones that they produce and secrete. So what are hormones? Hormones are the chemical substances that are secreted by the endocrine glands into the extracellular fluids that regulate the metabolic activity of all the other cells in the body. Although there are many hormones produced, nearly all of them can be classified into either amino acid-based molecules such as proteins, peptides, and amines, or steroids. Steroid hormones include the sex hormones made by the gonads and the hormones produced by the adrenal cortex. Next, we move on to the mechanisms of hormone action. For target cells to respond to the hormone-specific protein receptors, these must be present in its plasma membrane because this is the only way for the hormone to attach, and only after binding can the hormone influence the cell. So the hormones bring about their multiple effects on the body, primarily by altering cellular activity, that is by increasing or decreasing the rate of the normal or usual metabolic process rather than stimulating a new one. So the precise changes that follow the hormone binding depend on the hormone or the target cell type, but typically one or more of the following occur. One is the changes in the plasma membrane permeability or electric state. Number two is the synthesis of protein or certain regulatory molecules such as enzymes in the cell. Number three is the activation or inactivation of enzymes. Number four is the stimulation of mitosis. For number five, this is the promotion or secretory activity. Next, we move on to the control of hormone release. So do you wonder what prompts the endocrine glands to release or not release hormones? So there are two types. There is a negative feedback mechanism. This is the chief means of regulating blood levels of nearly all hormones. Then second is the endocrine gland stimuli, which is classified into three: the hormonal, the humoral, and the neural. So the hormonal one stimuli is the most common stimuli in which endocrine organs are prodded into action by other hormones. For example, the hypothalamic hormones stimulate the anterior pituitary gland to secrete its hormones. For the second stimuli, which is the humoral stimuli, this changes the blood levels of certain ion and nutrients that may also stimulate hormone release. So for example, the release of the PTH or parathyroid hormone by the cells of parathyroid glands is prompted by decreasing the blood calcium levels. And for the third stimuli is the neural stimuli, where nerve fibers stimulate hormone release and target cells are set to respond to neural stimuli. So for example, the sympathetic nervous system stimulation of the adrenal medulla to release norepinephrine and epinephrine during periods of stress. So once again, I'm Julia Luis Canonizado, and that is my discussion of physiology of the endocrine system.
So for the histology, there are 6 major glands in the endocrine system, namely the pituitary gland, adrenal gland, pancreatic islets, thyroid gland, parathyroid glands, and pineal gland. First is pituitary gland. The pituitary gland has 2 major parts. The posterior part, called pars nervosa, it develops as a downgrowth of the developing brain and is attached in the hypothalamus by the infundibulum. The anterior pituitary includes the large pars distalis, the pars tuberalis that surrounds the infundibulum, and the thin pars intermedia adjacent to the pars nervosa. Endocrine cells, the anterior pituitary, can be called acidophils, basophils, or chromophobes based on their general staining properties. The latter lack secretory granules and stain poorly. Second is adrenal glands.
The adrenal cortex of each adrenal gland consists of 3 concentric zones, all histologically distinct but with the cells producing steroid hormones and all drained by the same system of capillaries. Number 1. The most superficial, zona glomerulosa, has round clusters PF cells producing mineralocorticoids such as aldosterone, regulating electrolyte levels. Number 2. The wider, middle zona fasciculata has elongated strands of cells producing glucocorticoids such as cortisol, which regulates several aspects of carbohydrate metabolism. And lastly, the innermost, zona reticularis, has a network of cells making the weak androgen dehydroepiandrosterone or DHEA that is converted to the testosterone in men and women. And now, Gilbert will discuss the remaining glands.
We're talking about the pancreatic islands. So the pancreatic islands of adjutants are small clusters of pale cells embedded with the exocrine tissues. They have primarily B cells making insulin and A cells for glucagon, and especially C cells for somatostatin. Okay, we're on to the next one, the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland consists mainly of the spherical follicles composed of a simple epithelium of thyrocytes surrounding lumen with thyroglobulin. So what is thyroglobulin? Thyroglobulin is a large glycoprotein which tyrosine reduces or iodinated as precursor of the thyroid hormones thyroxine and thiiodothiorenin, which are released when the precursor is degraded. So the next one, the thyroid follicles also contain a few smaller and paler cells called parafollicular cells or C cells, which produce the polypeptide hormone calcitonin. So here's the next one, the parathyroid glands. At the posterior side of the thyroid glands are 4 small parts thyroid glands, each consisting primarily of principal cells that secrete parathyroid hormone, which what you call PTH, that raises blood Ca⁻²² levels. And lastly, the pineal gland. The pineal gland develops from the embryonic neuroectoderm, remains attached to the brain, and contains modified neurons called pinealocytes that secrete the amine of melatonin. The pineal landmarks occur the secretion called corpora amalacea, or which what you call brainstem. Neural connection from the retina to the pilocytes allow diurnal secretion of melatonin and rhythms in our physiological activities. That's it for this talk.
The endocrine system mainly works with nervous system to control growth and maturation, alongside with homeostasis, development, and reproduction. They are related in 3 main areas, such as structure, function, and chemical. Endocrine system also works with our excretory system, as it consists glands that get rid of harmful waste in the body. Circulatory system acts as a transport system for endocrine information, so they work together as well.
Guys, my name is Chalianne and I'm here to discuss to you the relationship of endocrine system with other organ systems. Endocrine system can be found everywhere in the body. The chemicals produced by it can be used in a variety of ways in every cell of your body. Many glands in your body secrete hormones into the blood, just like pituitary gland in the base of your skull that releases hormones to control blood pressure and excretory system. You also have a thyroid gland in your neck to control the bone growth rate and your metabolism. Lastly, you have that little adrenal gland located above your kidney so that you will release adrenaline whenever you feel excited and stuff like that. Andrea will further discuss to you some other relationship of the endocrine system with the other organ systems.
So okay, ayun, after ng diniscuss ng mga aking groupmates sa vlog nila, sa part ng vlog nila, discuss ko ngayon yung pathophysiology of endocrine system. But first, let us know, yes, the causes of endocrine disorders. First is yung hormone imbalance. Hormone imbalance is when your gland produces too much hormones or less than what is normal. Next is yung development of tumors. nga, hindi siya cancerous, pero nakaka-affect siya sa production ng hormones. So first, i-discuss ko yung disorder na adrenal insufficiency. So, adrenal insufficiency is when your adrenal gland produces little cortisol and other hormone na hindi ko maalala. So yun, yung cortisol, it is the stress hormone of the body. Tapos yung isa, ka-flash na lang sa screen. Ayun yung nag-regulate ng amount of salt and water in our body. So next is yung Cushing disease. Ayun naman is the opposite of adrenal insufficiency. So it means that your body produces too much cortisol. So ayun, next na is yung growth hormone disorder, which is when your pituitary gland produces too much or too little. Lagi namang ganon, lagi na sumusobra, lagi hindi, bad trip ng iyong growth hormone, of course. So ayun. Then next is yung hyperthyroidism. Thyroid gland natin, it produces thyroxine, which is nagme-maintain ng body natin, okay? Ayun yung nagaan ng puso natin and all. Basta homeostasis. Then, so, pag yung body natin produces too much of that hormone of thyroid gland, what happened is, yung heartbeat natin nagiging mas mabilis, then nagiging nervous masyado, and nagkakaroon tayo ng mabilisang weight loss. Then lastly is yung hypothyroidism. So ayun naman kabaliktaran, of course, ng hyperthyroidism. So ayun lang, so si Gab na mag-take over. Thanks!
Endocrine neoplasm. It is a group of disorders that affect the endocrine system, which is made up of glands that produce, store, and release hormones into the bloodstream. The disease typically involves tumors in multiple endocrine glands that may be cancerous or non-cancerous and may cause the glands to become overactive and overproduce hormones. There are many forms of men, with the most common being type 1 and type 2. Multiple endocrine neoplasm type 1. This disorder most commonly involves tumors or pancreas, parathyroid glands, or pituitary gland. Most often, the tumors first appear in the parathyroid glands, and the first sign of the disease is symptoms of overactive parathyroid glands, which means that the glands release too much calcium into the bloodstream. Multiple endocrine neoplasm type 2. Multiple endocrine neoplasm type 2 is divided into three subtypes. Type 2A, approximately 90% of all causes. Type 2B, and familial medullary thyroid carcinoma. Most people with MEM2 develop medullary thyroid carcinoma regardless of their subtype. Polycystic ovary syndrome. It is a hormonal disorder common among women of reproductive age. Women with PCOS may have infrequent or prolonged menstrual periods or excess male hormone levels. The ovaries may develop numerous small collections of fluid and fall to regularly release eggs. The exact cause of PCOS is unknown. Early diagnosis and treatment along with weight loss may reduce the risk of long-term complications such as type 2, diabetes, and heart disease. Excess insulin. Insulin is the hormone produced in the pancreas that allows cells to use sugar, your body's primary energy supply. If your cells become resistant to the action of insulin, then your blood sugar levels can rise and your body might produce more insulin. Excess insulin might increase androgen production, causing difficulty with ovulation. Low-grade inflammation. This term is used to describe white blood cells, production of substances to fight infection. Research has shown that women with PCOS have a type of low-grade inflammation that that stimulates polycystic ovaries to produce androgens, which can lead to heart and blood vessel problems. Heredity. The research suggests that certain genes might be linked to PCOS. Excess androgen. The ovaries produce abnormally high levels of androgen, resulting in hirsutism and acne. Some of the symptoms are irregular periods, excess androgen, and polycystic ovaries. Precocious puberty. Precocious puberty is when a child's body begins of changing into that of an adult too soon. Puberty that begins before age 8 in girls and before age 9 in boys is considered precocious puberty. Puberty includes rapid growth of bones and muscles, changes in body shape and size, and development of the body's ability to reproduce. The brain starts the process. Part of the brain makes a hormone called gonadotropin releasing hormone. The pituitary gland releases more hormones. GnRH causes the pituitary gland, a small bean-shaped gland at the base of your brain, to release two more hormones. Sex hormones are produced. LH and FSH cause the ovaries to produce hormones involved in the growth and development of female sexual characteristics, and the testicle to produce hormones responsible for the growth and development of male sexual characteristics. Physical changes occur. The production of estrogen and testosterone causes the physical changes of puberty. Signs and symptoms in girls include breast growth, first period. For boys, enlarged testicles and penis, facial hair, and deepening voice.